grew up in Oakland, California. You know, the Bay. Shout out to the town. All around Oakland, man. You know, came up under two parents that was very adamant about me focusing and honing in on what they felt touched me the most, and I think that was music. You know, from a young age.
Talk about your upbringing. How would you describe it? Talk about some of the things that that was normal for your life.
Man, you know, my father, you know, I grew up watching him. You know, he started his own business, you know, before I was born, and he was very, very big on morals and principles as a man, you know, so, and being your own man, you know, and my mom was just focused. I just want you to be on the straight and narrow. I want you to focus on your goals and your dreams and everything. And, you know, coming up in Oakland, you know, it gets a bad rep at times. A lot of distractions in the city, I'm sure, as anywhere else you go, you know, in the world. But showing me how to believe in myself and find avenues to be different. My parents were very big on being different. You know, they're very traditional, you know, bringing me up. I was very family orientated and everything. Big family, a lot of brothers and sisters, and I'm the baby of the group. So of course I was the one that was kind of told what to do, we picked on a lot, you know, the spoiled one, they like to say. So it was a lot of love around me coming up, man.
When did music become a part of your life?
I'd have to say, I say about 4th grade, 5th grade, because the girls found out I could sing. So I was super big on that. I mean, if the girls liked it, I'm with it. This is what I'm gonna do. And then it grew from there. It turned into a passion. You know, I like the feeling of touching people like that. You know, there was no other feeling. So performing and became more a part of me than anything else, you know.
Describe your sound.
It's funny, man. I like to call it Ratchet soul. You know, I'm very soulful. I came up listening to a lot of James Brown, Jackie Wilson, Donny Hathaway, Marvin Gaye. So a lot of old school, but at the same time, you come up in Oakland, you got a lot of E40, Too Short, 3 Times Crazy, things like that. So you got the little ratchet side of it too, you know. So I just kind of blended the two, man. You know, I like to be honest and real in my music. You know, my music is vulnerable and emotional, but at the same time, it could get turned up, you know, too. So.
It seems like you're not the only one.
Yeah.
It's this new era of R&B music. Yeah, it has like a street element to it as well.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that? When do you think that happened?
I think that, you know, when I look back at the music that I enjoy, you know, you think James Brown, Marvin Gaye, and all of that, if you really listen to them, there was an honesty there for what they were going through in their lives, you know. And I think for a while R&B and music just became kind of generic and, you know, just what people thought they wanted to, you know, they want to hear, you know. And I look at it like people don't want to hear that old sound, but they want to feel that old feeling.
What,
you know?
what do you like? You mean the topics? Because a lot of the topics are always about love. And
I mean, you can still have love, but sometimes we make it so fictional. You know, we come up with stories that it's like, I've never experienced no love like that. What is that? The balloons and the birds and the bees? Nah, that's not how I look at it. You know, it has to be relatable. You know, and to be relatable, you have to say something that touches the relatable people. You know what I mean? And which is everyone. You know, it has to be touched by everyone. So instead of thinking so left sometimes it's just going straight forward, being straightforward. I mean, that's how I've always lived my life. Just be straightforward with it.
How do you think the older generation is thinking about the newer wave of R&B music?
I think that they're starting to understand it. They're starting to get it too. Because I mean, if you listen to a lot of old school too, listen to Marvin Gaye, James Brown, they weren't saying nothing too different. You know, they was a little ratchet with it too. You know, they was keeping it real. So they try to fight it, but they have to appreciate and respect it if it's real and if they see a passion behind it. There has to be a certain passion behind the artist for them to really respect it.
It seems like a lot of attention is on the West Coast right now.
Hey.
You have DJ Mustard being one of the biggest producers, Sage the Gemini, Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah.
When did this happen? Like, how, you know, why do you think West Coast music is so popular right now?
I think that history just repeats itself. You know, we go through eras of different sounds, you know, different regions and the rest. You know, it's just like you could see see a basketball team, and you know, for years they'll be the team no one pays attention to, and then 4 years later they're like the star team. You know, it's the same thing with music. You know, it goes east, west, south. You know, everyone has their time, and it just rotates, man. It has to, because you have new generations that are coming up.